We're back here at the America First Event Center at Southern Utah University. Robert Lovell with you alongside Dennis Aldridge as we wrap up the Snow College pregame show. Snow College has flexible options that fit into your busy schedule, so maybe life got in the way when you were trying to get your degree. There's never been a better time to finish what you started. Go to snow.edu today and learn how rewarding a Snow College education can be. Now, of course, state tournament and state championship time. They announce all the coaches, all the non-starters first, and the team managers as well. So they will go through each of those individuals for both these teams, and we'll get the chance to talk about them during the game. But Dennis, as they do that, let's go ahead and look at the keys of the game now. We've been talking about it. The coaches talked about it. You've talked about it some. Let's put it together here. The keys for these two teams coming into this championship game.
Well, I think I just mentioned that. I think the key for North Summit is to dominate the inside and then allow their outside girls to drive and penetrate. It's also to get Peterson out and run, okay, to stretch Kanab's defense as much as they possibly can. I think they need to put as much pressure on Little on the inside with Langston as they possibly can. Stretch that thing out, put pressure on Little inside, and see if she can handle Langston. And then for Kanab offensively, those shooters have got to be on. So the key to me is if those shooters are on, I think Kanab has the edge. If the defense for North Summit, as Coach Holmes mentioned, if they can handle those shooters outside and force them off their spots, I think North Summit was going to have the opportunity to win the game. And I know the coaches have mentioned that. It's apparent for both sides, but those are keys to me. And again, for me, really inside where it starts, has to start for North Summit, has to start in Langston.
You got two coaches that are used to being here, players that are used to being here at this point as well. So you wonder about nerves coming into a game like this, but again, it's two teams that are pretty well used to being here.
Well, I think the key there is, and Coach Holmes mentioned it, is hunger. Is North Summit more hungry than Kanab is content? Because Kanab has been here, they've won 2 in a row. He mentioned that, the little point guard is hungry. She's eager to win it all, but are they as hungry as North Summit is?
Yeah.
And that again, could be a key.
Time now for the starting lineup. Says the teams that take their benches will start. We're going to go, I think they will go back and forth. Oh, no, they will go with the Cowboys first, so we'll start there. First off, wearing number 2 is a senior guard, Ashlyn Houston.
And they're going to go the other way. Yeah, number 2 for North Summit, Presley Peterson, also a senior.
So we go back and forth, back to the Cowboys. Wearing number 3 is a senior point guard, Anna Cutler.
And for North Summit, number 10, Hazelyn Murdoch, also just a junior.
Back to the Cowboys. Wearing number 5 is a junior wing, Savannah Bateman.
And for North Summit, Charlie Sargent will step out there, also a senior.
Back over to the Cowboys. Wearing number 10 is a junior power forward, Taylor James.
And for North Summit, really the heartbeat out in the middle of the court, making everything happen. The point guard, Heartland Richens, just a junior.
And then the girl in the middle for the Lady Cowboys, wearing number 24, a sophomore center, Riley Little.
And for North Summit, number 25 in the middle, Chesley Langston, a senior.
The Lady Cowboys are coached by Clint Glover. They'll be in their road reds with the white and silver trim. And the Lady Braves are coached by Jerry Holmes. They're in their home whites with the gold and purple trim. And purple letters for their numbers and letters. And across their jerseys, Kanab will be going left to right across your radio dial, TV and computer screen. And North Summit will be going right to left. The festivities are done, and it's time now for the action as the game just about to get underway. It'll be Langston for North Summit jumping against Riley Little for Kanab. Tyler Bailey from North Sanpete's been the PA announcer here this weekend. He's done a great job all weekend long. Officials are set, ready to go. Tip is up. It'll be controlled by Little into the backcourt to Anna Cutler. Cutler quickly up ahead. Houston driving baseline, tried to pass inside. Janes had cut up, but it's kicked by North Summit. So
a break there for Kanab because she'd taken gun to the up block, and it went off a foot of North Summit.
So we'll be Kanab basketball on the baseline. Inbounding is Little. Goes to the high post to Janes. Janes dribbles into the left hand. Nothing there as she reverses out. Comes out to Cutler, guarded tight by Charlie Sargent. Left to right down the lane. Across the key to Little. Little backing down Langston. Faces up against her. Nothing there. Tries to pass it out, and Langston takes it away.
And again, normally Little will turn on that defender, but she's a little bit leery of Langston behind her and kind of got caught in no man's land. An interesting development, too, is I thought it would be Richens against Cutler, but they put Sargent on Cutler, and she's masking her everywhere she goes.
And that's what they did with Sargent and Danzy Bradshaw yesterday for Beaver. Lob inside to Murdoch, got the ball knocked away, gets it back in the short corner. High post, Langston, 15-footer, in and out, and rebound to Ashlyn Houston. By the way, after the turnover by Kanab, Ashlyn Houston got called for a foul. So her first, team's first. Wow. Kanab basketball. Out of the wing is Janes. Pump fake, looking to drive right side. Dribbled it off her leg, out of bounds. Back-to-back Kanab turnovers.
Well, she had little help there because you try to go down the middle, and then Heartland Richens kind of tipped that ball to go off her leg. The other end, they forced Langston. She can make that 15-footer, but I think they're more comfortable forcing her up than letting her have the shot on the bottom block.
Right wing Sargent into the corner to Richens. Skips it left side to Peterson. Guarded by Houston. Works away to the low block. Cut off by Janes. Bounces it up top to Murdoch. Through her legs. Picked up by Langston. Out to Richens. Richens drives right. Got around Cutler. Puts up the runner. Off the glass. No good. Rebound tipped out by Langston. Murdoch with a 15-footer. No good. And Janes the rebound for Kanab.
And Janes has got a big part to play here because if those two big girls cancel each other out, James is going to have to come up with the dirty work inside.
Backdoor cut for Cutler, makes the catch, misses the layup off the glass. Rebound by Murdoch. James tries to rip it away. It's on the ground, and a foul will be called.
Struggling on the floor, bodies flail. They're going to call James with it.
Yeah, it'll go on Taylor James, her first, team's second. The Kanab crowd letting them hear the boos.
Well, those are unfortunate fouls because, both girls going for the ball, bodies on the floor, and somebody trips over somebody.
Yeah.
And something's got to be called, but it's an unfortunate situation.
No score yet, minute and a half into the game. Chesley Langston up top, guarded tight by Little. Comes left side high to Peterson. Skips it right corner to Sargent. Pump fake on the shot, got Bateman to fly by, drives in, runner off the glass, no good. Cutler the rebound for Kanab.
I think both teams showing a little bit of nervousness in their shooting.
Right wing Houston skips it left side to Bateman. She sets, three on the way. Nothing but net. Savannah Bateman gives the Cowboys the first strike.
So much for being nervous. That's her spot over there on that far wing, though.
Right wing Richens. Cut off on the drive by Cutler. Crosses over. Goes off a screen by Langston. Dribbles in the other way. Steps with the defense. Off the glass. No good. Little the rebound for Kanab. Brings it out to Houston. Top of the key. Nobody picks her up. Three on the way. Missed it short. Little the rebound. Left side layup is good.
She switches well to that left hand if you give her room, and that time after the rebound, Langston unable to body up on her, and she switched to that left hand, stepped through, and laid it in.
5-0 your score. Backdoor cut by Murdoch. Got behind the defense for the easy left side finish.
Good look. Richens kind of looked that in, told her to break. She went behind, and well done. Good pass by Richens.
Up top Cutler, hesitation dribble, hands off right wing. Houston for three, nothing but net. Ashlyn Houston with a triple, and it's 8-2 Kanab.
And they won't panic though, North Summit. They've been here. They'll whittle back into this thing little at a time, wait for the excitement to wear off, and then they'll whittle back into it.
Peterson works her way left side, cut off on the low block, bounces high post to Murdoch, pump fake, Little flies by, puts up the shot against Janes, off the glass, and the foul. And Taylor Janes picks up her second. Murdoch with a chance at the three-point play.
I think Little didn't need to come that far out and leave that middle open. She's going to have to stay back in there, and so that doesn't happen. So now you got Janes in foul trouble, and already we're to the bench.
Sydney Daya comes into the game for the Lady Cowboys. Not sure what the discussion is here.
I think that none of them knows whether the basket went in or not, right? We got video evidence up here. No, I'm just kidding there. I don't think that's the issue.
Something was discussed. They'll bring it back. So Murdoch with all four for North Summit. Chance to make it 5, 8-4. Kanab leads. Murdoch toes the free throw line. The and one. Off the rim, no good. Little the rebound for Kanab. Cutler will walk it up. Sargent picks her up as she crosses the timeline. Left side high to Dea. Looking inside for Little. Not there. Passes it out to Houston. The defense flew by. Houston steps into a three. Missed it short. Murdoch the long rebound for the Braves.
That runner's out, but Richards had to go back and get the ball.
Remains an 8-4 game for Kanab. Right wing Richards rejects the screen, puts up the runner off the glass, no good. Backs up rebound, Langston goes back, no good. But a foul called and free throws coming for Chesley Langston.
And Little just tried to slap it, but again, the shot from Richards over the top of the basket. And a good job by Chesley Langston to kind of box that out and get position on Little.
Langston misses the first one. Coach Holmes talked about free throws in the pregame show, saying 18 for 22 yesterday, 0 for 2 to start the day, make it 0 for 3.
Yeah, they're missing their free throws, but they're racking up some fouls on Kanab. They're going to eat into that bench early.
Up top, Cutler goes left wing to Houston, open three. Off the back of the rim, high bounce, no good. Rebound is battled for between Little and Langston. Little controls it. North Summit wanted a foul there, didn't get it. Left side to Dea, left side off the glass, no good. And the rebound, Dea knocks it away from Langston, but it goes right into the lap of Murdoch on the ground. She gets it out to Richards. Down the floor she comes, right side Peterson, 8-footer on the baseline, missed it short. Dea has the rebound, and a foul called on North Summit.
Missing an awful lot of cripples down there is North Summit. Awful lot of cripples. They're getting good shots. You know, the wing, they're 5 to 10 foot shots on the wing, and they're just leaving them short.
Foul goes on Charlie Sargent. Her first, team's first. 3:35 to go in the first quarter. 8-4 Kanab. Left wing Houston. Dribbles in, kicks it right wing to Dea. Pump, steps into a 15-footer on the right junction and knocks it down. Sydney Dea with her first points.
Boy, you like to see that off the bench, don't you? Come into a big moment and drop one in.
Right side high, Sargent up top to Peterson. Right wing Sargent. Free throw line extended. Pump fake on the shot. Bateman goes in the air. Sargent drives baseline.
Oh, she broke open inside, didn't take it.
Yeah, I'm not sure she even realized it. Now a jump ball as Sargent, Langston, Little, and Bateman all get tied up on the ground, and the possession arrow keeps it with the Braves.
I guess you break open in there. You assume that somewhere Little's standing there, so try to throw it back out of there.
Richards inbound. Right corner to Sargent, three on the way, and knocks it down. Charlie Sargent with a big three-pointer.
Two heavyweights taking blows, aren't they? This is fun basketball to watch. If it continues the whole game, what a tremendous game.
10-7 Kanab. Cutler goes left side high to Dea. Faces up, she'll take the three. Nothing but net. Sydney Dea off the bench with 5 straight for the Lady Cowboys.
We mentioned the intangibles. This is one of them. You come in for, Janes, and here you go.
Richards off the screen, drives, blocked from behind by Little, and a loose ball. Foul on the rebound will go against North Summit as Little hits the deck. It's going to go on Chesley Langston. That's her first, team second.
Wow. One on both of them now, the big girls.
2:31 to go in quarter number 1. 6-point Kanab lead in this girls 2A state championship, 13-7. 4 different players have scored for Kanab, 2 for North Summit. Cutler crosses over, works her way right side, kicks to the wing to Houston, pump fake, back up the middle, tries to lob into Little, makes the catch, double teams there, blocked by Langston, ball's on the ground, and Sargent runs it down in the corner.
Yeah, she had the shorter girl in front of her, did not know Langston was lingering behind, and put it back over her head a little bit, and Langston just rips it off.
Richards crosses over into a long 2, no good. Bateman the rebound for Kanab. Pass up ahead to Cutler. Bounce pass down the lane to Little. Here comes the double team. Up top to Bateman, straight away 3. Nothing but net. Savannah Bateman with 6.
That's heady by Little to realize you're double teamed down there. Kick that thing back out. That's smart for a sophomore.
4 threes already for Kanab. Sargent guarded tight by Dea. Picks up her dribble. Gets it out to Peterson. Skip it underneath for Murdoch. Ball got tipped by Bateman. Murdoch saves it though from going out of bounds. Get in Sargent, left wing Murdoch, 3 on the way. Air ball. Langston the backside rebound goes back up too hard off the glass. And Cutler the rebound for Kanab. Up ahead to Houston. Back to Cutler, top of the key, hesitates, drives right side, puts up the 12-foot runner, nothing but net, and a Cutler's on the board. And a timeout call by Coach Holmes as the Cowboys lead it 18-7 in this 2A Girls State Championship with 1:08 to go in quarter number 1 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
The Kane County School District is proud to serve students and parents in Kane County while making it a priority to focus on every student every day. Kane County School District makes it easy and convenient to find information about local schools, the district calendar, announcements, Board of Education minutes, as well as your students' grades and attendance, all at kanek12.org. That's kanek12.org. You can also follow the Kane County School District on Facebook. Rigor, Relationships, Relevance. The Kane County School District.
When Bark detects a digital danger, I receive automatic alerts so that I can deal with problems as they arise, while still respecting my son's privacy by not having to read through every single message. Bark even delivers research-backed recommendations on dealing with the issue. This helps me and my son work together, trust each other, and build a deeper bond. Bark has helped protect millions of children while detecting tens of thousands of severe self-harm situations. Bark brings us closer together.
Get Bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
Right back to the action here at the America First Event Center in Cedar City. Heartland Richens misses a 10-footer on the left side. Kanab the rebound. Emily Gilbrook into the game. She has it on the left wing. Dribbles in, goes high post to Becca Rogers, who just checked in. High arch on the 15-footer. Out of bounds it goes on the air ball. Northsummer basketball.
Kanab has taken little out of the game to give her a bit of a rest right here. Langston's still in the ball game. And this pace, as mentioned off camp, this pace is going to be difficult to have for them to get Langston into the ball game. It's just too much tempo, and it's leaving her right out of the ball game.
Langston has it up top, left wing to Peterson. She sets for three, short off the rim, long rebound, tipped out, and Peterson runs it down. Right side, she curls in, gets stripped by Bateman, out of bounds. Last touch by Kanab. It'll be Northsummer basketball. 19.5 seconds to go in quarter number 1. Shot clock turned off. Richens to inbound, 4 around the key. They lob in for Langston. Makes the catch on the high post. Tries to go right back to Richens underneath, off the hands and forehead of Daya. Out of bounds it goes.
Sneak Richens back in off that base on the inbound pass, but Daya right there for it. Kanab getting some valuable rest right now for several of their starters.
Left wing Langston, out to Peterson. Into the corner to Richens, off the screen for 3, off the rim, no good. Bateman the rebound, and then she traveled as she tried to clear it. But Kanab had 2 turnovers on their first 2 possessions. That's their first one since then.
Yeah.
18 points in between.
Never a good time for a turnover, but yeah, she tried to hustle, realized that she was bookended by defenders, so she stopped to try and clear that to get the ball back to Cutler and got trapped.
Peterson goes to Richens, lobs back in for Peterson, knocked it abound by Rogers. Remains Northsummer basketball with 7.5 seconds to go in the quarter. D-Bob Bailey down there makes a nice catch in the tunnel. Right corner to Richens, skip pass, knocked away by Cutler, and official says out of bounds off of Cutler. Kanab says it went off of Murdoch, but it'll be Northsummer basketball on the near sideline. 3.5 seconds to go in the quarter.
Kanab just in excellent position on every one of these passes and plays. Now they're going to try and post Langston up and use her size inside, but they've got her doubled.
Set a deep 3 by Peterson. That'll be an air ball. Out of bounds it goes as the horn sounds, and at the end of 1, it's all Kanab in this 2A Girls State Championship. They lead North Summit 18-7 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
Shop Lumber Plus True Value for great bargains of the month. Switch out your trash can this month for the low price of $19.99 and pick up a 32-gallon Rubbermaid trash can. It's always a good idea to be ready for emergencies. Grab some Slime Emergency Tire Sealant to keep handy for only $5.99. Streaks, dirt, grime, and grease are nowhere to be found with Sprayway's 19-ounce aerosol glass cleaner. What's the best part? It's only $2.79. Don't miss out. Get these bargains of the month while supplies last at Lumber Plus True Value in Kanab.
Zion's Way Home Health and Hospice in Kanab offers both home health care and hospice care to those in need. Their home health team is dedicated to providing the best possible recovery, while their hospice care team provides compassionate professionals who will coordinate care with the physicians of the patient's choice in order to address all of their emotional, physical, and spiritual needs. With Zion's Way Home Health, individuals can rest assured that they will be receiving the highest quality of care. Call 435-644-3322 for more information.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to the America First Event Center at Southern Utah University. 18-7 Kanab leads North Summit in this 2A Girls State Championship. Dennis, your takeaway from these first 8 minutes?
Well, takeaway is exactly some of the keys we mentioned. Number one, the shooters for Kanab have arrived. And number two, the pace of the game has taken Langston out of it for North Summit. Another key that we'll have to watch is this is the first substitution for North Summit. And in the other case, Kanab has had most of their starters with some time off here in the first quarter. We'll see how that plays out.
Jaden Sargent checks in for Charlie Sargent after Charlie picked up a quick foul guarding Cutler. Now Houston has her pass tipped away, but Dea corrals it, lobs in for Little. Overthrew her, saved by Bateman, but Jaden Sargent runs it down.
I don't know if that was a lob or I thought it was a shot at first, but it must have been a lob. It was way off as a shot.
Yes, I thought it might have been a shot too, but the way it went, I agree with you. Right wing Richens spins against it. Cutler loses the basketball. She ran into her own teammate. Now gets it back, goes right side, cut off by Cutler, crosses over, gets in the lane, little pick and roll with Langston, and she lays it up and in.
And that's the first time they've really got her into the game, and Langston was working hard there, bumping position, and she was able to push Little up the lane a little bit with her physicality, which enabled that little lob to take place.
It's the first points of the game for Langston. Houston right side, dribbles up top, gives it over to Bateman, into the corner to Cutler. Guarded by Sargent, comes off the screen with her, picks up her dribble, comes back out to Bateman. 15 seconds on the shot clock. And offensive foul will be called on Anna Cutler with the screen. That'll be her first, team's first this quarter, but fifth Kanab turnover.
And have you seen the change in the defense for North Summit? They are not allowing those three-point shooters to get set anywhere. They have spread it out now like we thought they would. Now it's going to be the inside girls that got to make it happen.
Richens drives all the way down the lane, scoop with the left hand, off the glass and in. Heartland Richens first points, and just like that, it's a 7-point game. 18-11, baseball pass up ahead to Bateman, off the hands of Murdoch as she tried to go down the lane to Dea, and another Kanab turnover, 3 in a row. And now Richens gets it up to Peterson, blocked on the shot by Little. Picked up by Houston, down the floor to Cutler. Cutler right side, shovels it off to Little, drives the lane, got past Langston, no good off the glass, but a foul called. And free throws coming for Riley Little.
Is that on Langston?
No, they're going to give it to Heartland Richens. That'll be her first.
Yeah.
First free throws of the game now for Kanab.
You got to like the way, though, Little at the free throw line puts that dude on the floor and attacks that basket. For a big 6'4" sophomore, that's pretty heady and pretty strong.
Makes the first one, nothing but net. High arch, off the rim, no good on the second one. The rebound to Langston. 8-point Kanab lead, 19-11, 6:15 to go in the first half. Richens steps into a deep men's college three, nothing but net. Heartland Richens with 5.
She's decided she's going to take it over. Isn't that something?
You know, diamond press now for the Braves, and Bateman tries to pass it inside. It gets kicked by North Summit. It'll be Kanab basketball on the far sideline.
North Summit really cranked up the defense, really cranked it up.
Inbounding is Cutler. She'll just get it into Little, top of the key. Out to Houston. Guarded by Richens. Works her way right side, gets to the short corner, comes back out to Little on the junction. Works her way right to left across the key, fakes one way, now goes up against Langston, off the front of the rim and in. Riley Little with 5.
And I mentioned this, if they spread that defense out, it's going to come down to Langston and Little inside. And it's a battle right now between those two girls.
Right wing Richens. Thought about the three, now goes to Murdoch on the slip screen, puts up the shot, blocked by Little, gets it back, passes left side of the corner, Jaden Sargent for the long two, in and out, and the rebound to Ashlyn Houston for Kanab. Houston up the floor, gives it off to Cutler, Cutler left side, gonna drive in, puts up the runner against Sargent, off the rim, no good, Little, the rebound, goes back up, no good off the rim, rebound tipped out of bounds off of North Summit, Kanab ball on the baseline.
They're putting a lot of pressure on Langston. The last 2 times she's had the ball, I thought that was going to call a foul on Langston. And Langston, I think, feels that. She's kind of holding back a little bit because she doesn't dare get that second foul here in the first half.
Timeout called by Kanab. We'll take it. 5:12 to go in the first half of this 2A state championship. 21-14, Kanab leads North Summit on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
As we come out of that timeout, let's give you a quick update on the girls 3A state championship. Richfield has the 8-6 lead over Emory. That's with about a minute and a half left in the first quarter of that one. Happening up at the Sevier Valley Center. If you're Coach Glover, what do you want to use this timeout for, Dennis?
Well, I think these girls were getting a little bit out of sorts there. I thought offensively they're coming down and just kind of winging it, and they're getting into some turnovers and some situations. They probably don't want them in. He wants to settle them down a little bit, get back into the regular rotations, and see if they can't go through a series of screens and things to get their outside shooters open. And if not, give Little a better chance to get herself set down low to attack Langston. That's what I think, but I don't know. I wasn't over there.
4 low for Kanab to inbound it. Now the officials are discussing something. And
so Coach changes his inbound play. I think they're just talking about where they're going to eat afterwards. I think what's going on right now. Yeah, I believe that's the case.
Crowd's getting a little restless watching them.
I think they decided on Chuck E. Cheese.
Cutler to inbound. Nothing in the lane. Gets it to Bateman. 3 on the way. Air ball hard in the backside rebound to Langston.
They kind of tried to run Little back in there like maybe it was going to be one of the lobs coming off that, but never worked.
Richens up top to Langston. Long 2. Air ball out of bounds at Kanab basketball.
A lot of frustration for Langston right now.
Coach Holmes talks to his defense. We're going to go to a 1-3-1, it looks like right now. Pass will come in to Houston in the backcourt.
And Richens can run that press all by herself, I think.
Right side, Dea dropped it off her hands. Out of bounds off of Presley Peterson, though. Can now basketball on the baseline. Yeah. Inbounding underneath is Cutler. They go 3 low with Little high. Lob it out to Little. Pump fake, Richens flies by, left wing to Houston. Thought about it, dribbles in, underneath to Dea, wide open, right side layup is good, and Sydney Dea leads all scorers with 7.
Nice find by Houston, though, wasn't it? Nice find off the dribble.
Right wing, Richens. Lobs from Murdoch in the corner, spins the drive baseline, got cut off. Hands it off back to Richens. Gets in the key. Kicks it out up top to Peterson. Peterson dribbles right side. Pull up 12-footer. Off the back of the rim. No good. Cutler the rebound for Kanab, and she's off to the races. Down the right side of the floor she comes. Bounces down the lane to Bateman. Right over the rim. Off the glass. No good. Little the rebound. Goes back up. Counted, and she's fouled.
Whoa, boy. Over the top of everything, Little. She's showing me more versatility than I had seen in the couple of games that I've seen her this year. She's making things work from all sorts of angles.
Huge fist pumped after the make for Little, and she gets the and 1 at the free throw line. She has 8 points and 2 fouls now on Chesley Langston.
Yeah, it's a big foul on Langston. That's the other side of it is 2 on her.
26-14. This is Kanab's largest lead. Left wing Richens tries to get it in the middle. Ball's on the ground. It'll be a scrum for it. It's still on the ground. Murdoch tries to get it. Gets it passed out to Richens. Richens left wing. Drives baseline. Tries to hand it off to Langston. Taken away by Bateman. Up to 4 comes Houston. Dribbles in. Right wing to Dea. Pump fake. She'll step into a 14-footer from the junction. Got the bounce. 9 points for Sydney Dea off the bench.
Wow. And what a break. I mean, you're in there for Janes, who's an integral part of this team for Kanab, and yet she comes in as leading scorer on the floor.
Now turnover by Peterson, picked up by Cutler. Sargent giving chase. Cutler left side layup is good. She has 4. And a timeout called by Coach Holmes with 3:13 to go in the first half of the 2A Girls State Championship. Kanab 30, North Summit 14 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
For super low prices and weekly specials, stop by Kane County's full-service grocer, Glazier's Family Market in Kanab. Not only do they have the highest standard of customer service and the friendliest checkers in Utah, but they also have these great specials going on now. 32-ounce peeled baby carrots, 2 for $5. Boneless pork loin chops, $2.49 a pound. Food Club 16-ounce select lunch meat for $3.99. Deli Craft roast beef is $10.49 per pound. And fresh baked French bread just $1.49. For guaranteed freshness and short lines, check out Glazier's Family Market in Kanab.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to the America First Event Center. Shea Christensen into the game for North Summit for the first time, and Charlie Sargent checks back in as well. And into the game for Kanab.
Well, they got a sub in, but they tried to bring Janes in, but she wasn't there early enough, so she has to wait for the next dead ball. But number 23 in for Kanab for Little.
Well, 25, Becca Rogers into the game.
25.
Up top, Murdoch with it. One dribble goes right side high to Sargent. Just over 3 minutes to go in the first half. Left side to Christensen. Skips it to the corner to Richens. Looking inside for Langston, being double teamed. Comes back to Christensen, left side Murdoch. Murdoch drives baseline, cut off by the help defense. Up top to Christensen. Into the corner to Richens. Richens drives baseline, lobs in for Langston, makes the catch, knocked away. She gets it back, goes back up, no good, but free throws coming for Chesley Langston.
And this is where, North Summit got to find a way to score from the field, because all they're getting right now is Richens driving inside. They've got Langston triple team down in there. So she's trying to create off the dribble for Langston. Otherwise, she's so bookend, they can't get the ball to Langston.
Into the game is Emily Gilbert and Taylor Janes. Houston and Daya come out for Kanab. Savannah Bateman's had a bloody nose. They're trying to get her taken care of on the bench, as well as Langston makes the second of 2 free throws. She has 3 points. 15-point Kanab lead, doubling up North Summit 30-15. Cutler got it up ahead to Rogers, now to Syra, who also checked into the game for Kanab. Cutler back with it, bounces out to Gilbert. High post to Janes, right wing to Cutler, pump fake, steps to her left, 3 on the way, in and out, rebound, battle for Janes has it, steps around the defense, high off the glass and in.
So Janes comes back and makes something happen. I don't know that I've seen Cutler take a rest in any game in this tournament. I don't think she's been off the floor.
I'm sure she did on Thursday.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
They won that one by 23. Down the lane to Langston, off the glass and in. Chesley Langston with 5. And an official's timeout.
They must have blood on the floor, but that's what I was talking about. The only way they can get the ball to Langston is when Hazelyn Richens creates off that dribble. She's driving the baseline, and that's causing the defender that's in front of Langston to step off and shut down the defense or the lane, and then she's dumping into Langston. And that's happened twice now since we've had I'll get the names right here in a minute, but since Little went to the bench, that's happened twice. But that's what's happened, is she's making it happen by the drive down the baseline, forcing that defender to step over to her.
Getting the floor cleaned up right now are the SUU event staff. SUU's done a great job hosting this state tournament this weekend.
You always need to have a wrestling manager around, because they know what to do with blood drops. Oh, yeah, man. They know how to get out there and get it done. Yeah.
32-17 is your score. 15-point Kanab lead in this girls 2A state championship game in Cedar City. Number 2 Kanab, number 1 North Summit. They get the blood taken care of on the floor. It'll be Kanab basketball off the officials' timeout. Gilbert to inbound. Bounces it into Cutler. Back to Gilbert. Back over to Cutler. She'll get it across the timeline. Bounces up ahead to Janes. Janes picks up her dribble. Goes high post to Rogers. Up top, Cutler. Content to slow it down. Left side high, Gilbert. Bounces back to Cutler. Pump fake, goes right corner to Janes. She'll rise for the long 2. Short off the rim. Rebound by Langston for North Summit. And a reach-in foul on Taylor James will be her 3rd. Team's 2nd this quarter. And Sydney Daya immediately back off the bench.
Yeah. Unfortunate there. No reason for that foul at that point in time. But, you can't take it away from them. They're just trying to make something happen. They're excited, and that happens.
Minute and a half to go in the quarter. Right side high, Charlie Sargent. Into the corner she goes to Heartland Richens. Driving baseline, got underneath. Tries the reverse layup off the bottom of the rim. No good, out of bounds. Kanab basketball.
That time the defense did not slough over to Richens, and she kept it herself. Had nowhere to go but to try and make the reverse layup and hit the bottom of the rim. Up
the floor comes Gilbert. Gets it across the timeline, goes high to Cutler. Crosses over, splits the double team, pull up 17-footer. Off the back of the rim, no good. Langston the long rebound for the Braves. Richens down the floor to Peterson. Left side dribbles in against Gilbert. Jump stop, puts it up off the glass, counted in the foul. Presley Peterson with her first points and a chance at a three-point play.
And that's one of the strengths we talked about. That's the first time they got that quick out. And got Peterson down the court.
We mentioned Taylor Janes, her cousin, Hallie Janes, also playing for a state title on the Richfield team.
Wow.
As Peterson gets the and one, she has 3 points. 12-point lead, 32-20. Gilbert was expecting Cutler to be coming up the floor. She wasn't. Nearly throws it away, but it gets tipped by both Cutler and Peterson out of bounds off of North Summit. Into the game, Houston, Little, and Bateman. Syrett, Rogers, and Gilbert check out for the Lady Cowboys.
I wonder if they'd leave him till the end of the half, but it's gotten too close. It's back down to just a 12-point lead now.
Houston across the timeline. Nearly lost it. Goes left wing to Bateman. Bateman, one-hand pass up to Cutler. Right wing Daya, wide open, three on the way. Air ball hard. Backside rebound to Murdoch for the Braves. Up the floor, Richens. Right side high to Sargent. Back to Richens. Left wing Peterson. Bounces back up. They swing it around to Sargent. Richens up top. 30 seconds to go in the half. 10 seconds between the shot clock and game clock. Try to lob to Langston. Tipped away by Little. Houston with it the other way for Kanab. And a hesitation dribble. Carry called. North Summit gets it right back. Shot clock now turned off with 23 seconds to go in quarter number 2. A 12-point Kanab lead in this 2A girls state championship. Peterson left side high. Up top to Richens. Right wing Sargent. Long three, off the rim, no good. Daya the rebound, 8 seconds to go in the quarter. Daya goes to Cutler, down to 5. I'm not sure she realized it. 4 up ahead to Houston. Gets around the defense and a traveling violation instead.
Good job by Sargent there coming up and just being a presence there. Did not try to defend her, just get in her way, and it caused the travel.
So North Summit with one more chance. Comes into Richens, up ahead to Peterson, 3 at the horn, off the glass, no good. And at the end of 2, it is the number 2 Kanab Cowboys 32, number 1 North Summit 20 in this 2A girls state championship game. We've got the Jones and DeMille Engineering halftime show coming up next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
As a parent, you never want to see your child struggling with suicidal thoughts. But today, the threat is hidden deep within their phones. That's why I rely on Bark. Built by parents, for parents. Bark's award-winning dashboard monitors text messages, emails, and over 30 different apps and platforms for potential safety concerns. Hey, can we talk?
We at Centricom want to help every family protect their children. Get Bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery. Check out their great cut fruit program with wonderful fresh-cut fruit daily. And everyone loves Honey's famous talking truck, Rusty. Get all this with the hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
For enjoyable Western dining, there's only one stop in Southern Utah, Houston's Trails Inn Restaurant in Kanab. Stop in for their special chicken fried steak with Bob's homemade country gravy and delicious Western entrees. They also offer takeout. Just call 644-2488. That's 644-2488. Houston's Trails Inn features remote site catering. Anywhere, anytime, any place. Just phone 435-899-2140. So make plans to stop by Houston's Trails Inn Restaurant and mobile catering in Kanab, where the waitresses wear guns on their hips and a smile on their lips.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Jones and DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a professional, personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they are committed to providing value beyond the project. It is their goal to create a place where people want to live, work, and enjoy life. Serving our local communities is something they are proud of, and it has been their privilege to do so for the past 40 years. Jones & Mill Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
You won't believe what the soda fountain serves at Kanab Drug. Groves of people are touting their new delicious hot paninis, deli sandwiches, wraps, and of course soothing smoothies, shakes, malts, cones, sundaes, and sodas. Kanab Drug Soda Fountain is open until 10 p.m. featuring a fabulous outdoor patio with games. Browse Kanab Drug's unique toys, games, and gifts, or take advantage of their full-service pharmacy that offers drive-through service with a friendly, helpful staff. Since 1916, Kanab Drug in Kanab. Visit them on Facebook or go to KanabUnitedDrug.com.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to the America First Event Center on the campus of Southern Utah University as we come into the Jones & Mill Engineering halftime show supporting our youth in their efforts to develop new talents and passions, paving the way to success. That's Jones & Mill Engineering. And we've had the Isonias, the North Summit drill team, entertain the crowd. Isanas, thank you.
One thing I got to correct you one time.
Yeah, lots of times, but
that's on my bucket list, and I finally got it done.
And they entertain the crowd. Then the state champion cheerleading team for North Summit, and now the Kanab Lariats drill team will entertain the crowd here tonight at the America First Event Center. At the half in the basketball game on the scoreboard, it's Kanab 32, North Summit 20. 12-point Kanab lead at the break. Dennis, your takeaway from this first half?
Well, I think your coach's interviews and the things that we talked about were spot on. And it's exactly what both coaches talked about. These things have to happen. These key things can't happen. And it's exactly what did. The shooters for Kanab showed up. And they came out and burned the nets early and often to help get the lead. And then it came down to really the battle inside. And Kanab, basically, the pace of the game and Kanab's defense took Langston right out of the game until late in the second quarter. And Little isolated down low. They come up the lane a little bit instead of posting her up. She was getting the ball, putting it on the floor, and going past Langston. So I think everything that Kanab needed to do, they were doing. And North Summit was struggling to stop that. Now we'll see. Coach Holmes, good coach. He's got great girls. We'll see what comes out the second half. But exactly what they both talked about. If these things happen, this will happen. And right now the things happen for Kanab, and they're up by 12, and they were up by 16.
Yeah.
So it's time now for North Summit to counter that and figure a way to get it done.
And as you mentioned at one point during the break, Coach Holmes will figure something out.
He'll figure it out. He's been around the block a few times, that boy.
Taking a look at the first half stats here for you. First half for Kanab, 9 points off the bench for Sydney Daya. That's a game high. 8 points for Riley Little, 6 for Savannah Bateman, 4 for Anna Cutler, and 3 for Ashlyn Houston, 2 for Taylor Janes. For Kanab, they have 4 3-pointers made in the first half. All of those in the first quarter, by the way.
Yep.
And then they were 2 for 3 from the free throw line. And then by my count, this is maybe the one negative so far for Kanab, 8 first half turnovers.
Yeah, 8. But I think the real huge benefit for them, again, we talked about the extra parts, is Daya coming off the bench.
Yeah.
And it's going to have to continue that way because you got Janes now with 3 personal fouls. So Daya plays a larger part than she may have thought when she woke up this morning.
Yes, she's been big, that's for sure. For North Summit on the stats, they are led right now 5 points apiece from Heartland Richens and Chesley Langston. All of their points coming in the second quarter. 4 points from Hazelyn Murdoch and 3 apiece for Presley Peterson and Charlie Sargent, as the Braves have hit 2 3-pointers in this first half, and then they are just 2 for 6 from the free throw line.
Yep. And let's hats off to Heartland Richens. This game was getting out of control completely, and she decided to take it on her shoulders, which is great leadership as the point guard, the general, and she made a 3-pointer. She began to drive that baseline, trying to find room to get the ball to Langston. Was successful with a couple, but she's doing everything she possibly can. That's not to say the other girls aren't, but she's taking that leadership role and trying to get the other girls involved in that, doing everything she can. One other key to me is Kanab got lots of rest.
Yes.
The starters, the main starters, well, I think they only made a couple of substitutions in this North Summit. And Langston Key and Richens, another key, didn't get off the floor.
Right. The other one to look at for North Summit, just 3 first-half turnovers for the Braves. So they have taken care of the basketball like Coach Holmes talked about.
Yep.
Just not getting the shots to fall here early against that tough Kanab defense. Kanab has led wire to wire so far. No lead changes, no ties. Their largest lead was 16. They now lead up by 12 here at the half, 32-20 over the North Summit Braves. The Kanab cheerleaders just finished performing as well here at the break, and so that will give us the opportunity now to take another quick break here, and we'll come back with the second half. Start of the second half coming up here shortly from the America First Event Center. This has been the Jones and DeMille Engineering halftime show. From slam dunks to buzzer beaters, the Jones and DeMille Engineering team is here to help you tackle the toughest infrastructure issues. That's Jones and DeMille Engineering. Again, at the break, it is number 2 Kanab 32, number 1 North Summit 20 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
The Kane County School District is proud to serve students and parents in Kane County while making it a priority to focus on every student every day. Kane County School District makes it easy and convenient to find information about local schools, the district calendar, announcements, Board of Education minutes, as well as your students' grades and attendance, all at kanek12.org. That's kanek12.org. You can also follow the Kane County School District on Facebook. Rigor, Relationships, Relevance. The Kane County School District.
When Bark detects a digital danger, I receive automatic alerts so that I can deal with problems as they arise, while still respecting my son's privacy by not having to read through every single message. Bark even delivers research-backed recommendations on dealing with the issue. This helps me and my son work together, trust each other, and build a deeper bond. Bark has helped protect millions of children while detecting tens of thousands of severe self-harm situations. Bark brings us closer together.
Get Bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
Shop Lumber Plus True Value for great bargains of the month. Switch out your trash can this month for the low price of $19.99 and pick up a 32-gallon Rubbermaid trash can. It's always a good idea to be ready for emergencies. Grab some Slime Emergency Tire Sealant to keep handy for only $5.99. Streaks, dirt, grime, and grease are nowhere to be found with Sprayway's 19-ounce aerosol glass cleaner. What's the best part? It's only $2.79. Don't miss out. Get these bargains of the month while supplies last at Lumber Plus True Value in Kanab.
Zion's Way Home Health and Hospice in Kanab offers both home health care and hospice care to those in need. Their home health team is dedicated to providing the best possible recovery, while their hospice care team provides compassionate professionals who will coordinate care with the physicians of the patient's choice in order to address all of their emotional, physical, and spiritual needs. With Zion's Way Home Health, individuals can rest assured that they will be receiving the highest quality of care. Call 435-644-3322 for more information.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back here to the America First Event Center as we get ready for half number 2, 32-20. Kanab leading North Summit. Kanab will bring their starters on the floor. Anna Cutler, Ashlyn Houston, Riley Little, and Savannah Bateman. And then instead of Taylor James with her 3 fouls, they will run out Sydney Daya for Kanab. And for North Summit, Charlie Sargent, Heartland Richens, Presley Peterson, Hazelyn Murdoch, and Chesley Langston. Dennis, your keys to the second half.
I think it goes back to the same thing. And North Summit's got to extend the defense, shut down the shooters, and get this into a half-court ball game and make things happen. Get Langston in the ball game.
Shot by Hazelyn Murdoch from 15 feet, no good. Rebound to Houston for Kanab. 12-point Lady Cowboys lead up ahead to Bateman, working against the press. She gets it down the floor to Houston, steps into a 3, knocks it down. Ashlyn Houston with 6.
Start the second half the way you start the game. Don't give them any breathing room. And that'll be the key. They run that full court press. It's going to give Kanab some shots.
Yes, it is. Richens lobs in for Langston, and Little takes the underthrown pass away.
That's tough to lob in from the high post.
Cutler guarded by Richens up top on the logo. Yo-yos as she tries to direct traffic. Bounces left side high to Houston. High post to Little. Faces up on Langston. Tries to pass it back out, and Richens takes it away.
Picks her pocket from behind.
Richens lobs right to the Peterson. One dribble, puts it up off the glass and in. 35-22 Kanab.
Once again, Richens there to make it happen.
Houston bounces to Cutler. Cutler splits to the trap. Goes left side high back to Houston. Deep three on the way. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound, foul will go, I believe, against Sydney Dea.
Another key there because that's her second now. Just first?
Just her first, yep.
Oh, I thought they called one of her in the first half. Good thing you've got the stat sheet.
6:40 to go in the third quarter. Richens bounces high to Langston, right wing Sargent. Defense sagging, she takes the three off the back of the rim, no good. Murdoch the offensive rebound to the back, cutting Sargent. Got cut off on the low block. Tries to find some help now. She picked up her dribble, gets it out to Langston on the sideline. Up top, Richens. Lobs down the lane for Peterson, makes the catch, off the glass, no good, but free throws coming for Presley Peterson.
I think that's one place that probably Little can back off a little bit. When Langston gets it clear out on the sideline, I think that Little can back off a little bit and help in the middle. Because when that happens, then they're going down inside against the other players of Kanab, and then they're even again. There's no mismatch.
Peterson makes the first one. The foul was on Savannah Bateman. That's her first, team's second. Peterson now with 6 points to lead the Braves, and the second one is good. 35-24, Kanab. Bateman in the backcourt. Goes to Cutler. Cutler brings it across the timeline, picks up her dribble, bounces to Houston, right side high, Bateman. Into the corner to Dea. Dribbles in, kicks it over to Cutler. Up top, Houston. Now to Bateman. Defense sagging, she'll take the three, stuck it over the front of the rim. Savannah Bateman with 9.
And Peterson's got to sit there and say, what more can I do, coach? I'm clear out past the three-point line. And she still shoots it over me.
Up top, Richens. Defense falls off. She takes the three off the rim, no good, and the rebound to Houston. And that may be what North Summit doesn't want to do, is get into a three-point shooting contest with Kanab.
No, they got to get the slashing game going and get Langston into it with the slashing and the penetration.
38-24, Cutler, one-hand pass into the corner. Bateman, three on the way, blocked by Murdoch. Richens comes away with it. Up ahead, looking for Sargent, threw it behind her, tried to spin and catch it, out of bounds it goes.
Rare turnover, but there it is.
Taylor Janes back in for Sydney Dea for Kanab.
Probably has instructions to keep her hand in her pocket.
Here comes that press. To Houston, back to Cutler, lobs up ahead for Little as they break it with a pass. He drives baseline, got cut off. Now comes back up top to Houston. Dribbles to her left, gets in the lane, puts up the 12-foot runner, no good. Rebound to Langston for North Summit.
James was there that time. She pulled her hand back and ran off.
Richens to the right wing. Got cut off on the drive, goes into for Murdoch. Reverse layup, air ball, rebound to Little for Kanab.
She completely altered the shot. Completely altered it.
Cutler up ahead to Houston. Houston fake right, gonna dribble left. Passes across to the corner. Bateman wide open three. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound to Riley Little. And she traveled to kind of a little hop as she tried to clear it.
I thought she hopped with the pivot, not with the pivot foot, but with the action foot. I thought the pivot foot stayed there, but I'm not getting paid and I don't have stripes on, so it doesn't matter what I think.
Richens across the timeline, 14-point Kanab lead in this 2A Girls State Championship. A 1-4 high for the Braves. Peterson off the screen, hedged by Janes, and a block foul called on Taylor Janes, her fourth.
Well, she kept her hands in her pockets, but she stepped over and got her with the body. Just being aggressive, but woo, got to be careful when you're in that situation.
Richens will inbound. Coach Glover hasn't made a move yet off the bench. Up top to Sargent. Hands to Richens. Offensive call comes in with UCLA. 1-4 high. Right wing, driving in is Sargent. Puts up the runner. No good, but free throws coming for Charlie Sargent.
Is this on Cutler? No, it's going to be Bateman.
That's the second on Savannah Bateman. Fourth team foul on Kanab this quarter.
I thought maybe they got Cutler. I mean, Cutler had a chance to take the charge, and she kind of ran forward to try and steal the ball away, causing the contact as she backed up into Bateman.
Sargent off the back of the rim, no good. One more coming. That one's good. So 1 for 2 goes Sargent. She has 4 points. 13-point Kanab lead, 38-25. Cutler up the floor. Crosses over, working against the pressure. Gets it to Houston. Goes to Bateman, who wasn't expecting it, but makes the catch. Now she throws it away over Taylor Janes out of bounds.
Starting to pay dividends, that trap. they've gone freely from just basically Richens out in front and everybody back in the backcourt. They've really moved everybody up. There's passes available clear down in the corner, but they're starting to panic a little bit now. Is Kanab off that trap because it's moved up so far?
Now Richens throws it away as she lobs down the lane, and no one was there. Out of bounds it goes, so Kanab basketball.
You see it, the whole thing is tied her up, and as the ball's inbounded, they'll continue to crouch up, and there's passes deep, but it puts a lot of defensive bodies up around half court.
Haven Syra in the game for Kanab, has it on the right wing, and she'll draw the foul on Presley Peterson. Be her first, team's first this quarter.
They left Syra in the corner there and double teamed her, and nobody came to the ball. Coach is talking to the other players. Come get the ball. Come to the ball.
Houston has it. Works around the defense, goes to Cutler, crosses over, got tipped away, and then it's taken away by Richens. Down the floor comes Richens, works away right to left, poked away by Houston, and Houston nearly ran it down in the corner, but her foot slipped on the sideline, on the baseline.
Richens again. Is there anything she's not doing? Well, she hasn't made a lot of her shots, unfortunately, but she's doing everything else to get everybody else shots.
3 low, 1 high for the Braves. They bring it in to Peterson. Hands off to Richens. 3:27 to go in the third quarter. 38-25 Kanab. Left wing Peterson. Dribbles in, cut off on the baseline by Syret. Comes out to the wing to Murdoch. Skips it to Sargent, right wing. Lobs in for Langston. Double team comes, puts it up off the bottom of the backboard. No good. At the rebound to Taylor James.
I'm how heady she is for a sophomore. She didn't swat at the ball. She just stood with her feet straight up.
Little goes with the up and under. Off the glass, no good. And the rebound taken by Richens. Good defense by Langston that time. Now the ball comes down the floor. Richens amongst the towers gets blocked by Taylor James. And then Houston has it. She lost it, but out of bounds off of Sargent. Kanab basketball.
There's a lot of all-out effort going on right now. And you think it's slowed down and it's sloppy, but there is just so much effort going on both teams defensively that neither team can get much of an offense generated right here. Just a huge effort.
Anna Cutler with it. Poked away from behind by Sargent, and Peterson runs it down. That's the 13th Kanab turnover compared to 6 for North Summit.
James goes for the steal and then realizes and backs up to stay out of trouble.
Sargent dribbles in right wing, comes back out to Richens. Richens in the corner, skips it up top for Peterson. Both teams in an offensive drought. Left side short corner to Murdoch, 17-footer, no good. And the rebound to Houston. It remains a 13-point Cowboy lead. Up the floor to Cutler. Steps into a transition three. Off the back of the rim, no good. Little the rebound. Clears it out to Houston. Houston pump fake, dribbles in. 15-footer from the free throw line. Knocks it down. Ashland Houston with 8. Timeout called by Coach Glover. We'll take you with 2:11 to go in the third quarter. On the scoreboard, it is a Kanab 40, North Summit 27 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
For super low prices and weekly specials, stop by Kane County's full-service grocer, Glazier's Family Market in Kanab. Not only do they have the highest standard of customer service and the friendliest checkers in Utah, but they also have these great specials going on now. 32-ounce peeled baby carrots, 2 for $5. Boneless pork loin chops, $2.49 a pound. Food Club 16-ounce select lunch meat for $3.99. Deli Craft roast beef is $10.49 per pound. And fresh baked French bread just $1.49. For guaranteed freshness and short lines, check out Glazier's Family Market in Kanab.
As a parent, you never want to see your child struggling with suicidal thoughts. But today, the threat is hidden deep within their phones. That's why I rely on Bark. Built by parents, for parents, Bark's award-winning dashboard monitors text messages, emails, and over 30 different apps and platforms for potential safety concerns. Hey, can we talk?
We at Centricom want to help every family protect their children. Get Bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Back here at the America First Event Center, I hesitated to give the score when we went to break because I felt like the scoreboard was wrong, and it was. It is 40-25, Kanab leading. A lob in for North Summit, taken away by Kanab, and then Syret, as she tried to clear it out, traveled.
Good defensive positioning for Sargent. She's done it several times, which is she kind of gets in the lane where they can't see it, and the person with the ball turns to take off, and she's standing there. and it causes them to shuttle their feet.
Bounce down the lane to Peterson, high off the glass and in. Presley Peterson has 9. That's tied for a game high. 13-point Cowboy lead, 40-27. Cutler goes up ahead to Janes. James right side, picks up her dribble, skips it out to Houston, out to Cutler. 20 seconds on the shot clock, a minute and a half to go in the third quarter.
Well, she had the 3 there. She wanted to trigger a long 3, but she held up.
Back to Houston, down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. High post to Little, out to Cutler. She'll back out, down to 5 seconds. Looks to drive into the right hand, gets down the lane, takes the bump, blocked by Langston. Janes has it, doesn't know the time, and that'll be a shot clock violation on Kanab. Their 15th turnover, 7th of the third quarter.
Ooh. That is the one stat that they've been miserable with, I guess, the first half, and now they've led in that stat too, which is not a good stat to lead in. So far, it has not translated to a lot of points, but you can't keep living on that edge.
They remain with a 13-point lead, 40-27 in the state championship. Peterson skips it to Richens. Down the lane, stolen by Taylor Janes. Interception for Janes. Up ahead to Bateman. She'll skip it to Houston. Up top, Cutler, left corner, Bateman, sets, 3 on the way, short off the rim, rebound tipped out, bobbled around, it's still going, and now Little has it. Up top to Houston for 3, short off the rim, rebound is saved in by Murdoch, Janes dives for it, and Coach Glover gets a timeout called. We're going to keep it right here with 38 seconds to go in the third quarter, as a great effort for Taylor Janes to save that possession for Kanab, and Coach Glover gets the timeout. So now if you're Coach Holmes right now, what are you trying to do to get your offense going here?
Well, again, they're doing what they can, and I still think they've got to try and reverse it quickly because they're doing just what he said they're doing. Kanab is fronting Langston in the low post. So in the first half, they brought Langston up the post to try and get her the ball, but Little was there and she couldn't shoot over her. So now if they can reverse it quick and she can pin, they could probably get her in that low post and opportunities. But other than that, the other players are just bottled up by good defense by Kanab, and Richens is doing everything she can, driving and trying to penetrate and kick off. Their shots just aren't falling when they do get them. Neither team getting a lot of shots right now.
Passing to Taylor Janes, reverse layup on the entry pass, and it's good. Janes has 4 points.
And I think Janes this last little while has been really, really good with that 4th foul. She's still contributing mightily, but staying free of the things that will get her that 5th foul.
Sargent with her a deep 3, air ball, rebound to Houston. Down the floor for Cutler. And then she traveled as she looked and saw Sargent closing in.
Once again, Sargent just kind of gets in your way. She's very good at that. She doesn't reach, she doesn't grab, she doesn't get the foul. She just gets in your way. That's the 3rd traveling violation she's caused, I believe, here in the second half.
18 seconds to go in the quarter. 15-point Kanab lead in this girls' state championship game. Richens crosses over. Hedged by Janes on the curl. Pull up 14-footer down the lane. Got it to go. She has 7. Down to 5 seconds to go. Ball's loose. Little has it. Gets it across the timeline. Hands to Houston. One dribble. Puts up the deep shot. Off the nylon, no good. And at the end of 3 in the girls' 2A state title game, it's number 2 Kanab 42, number 1 North Summit 29. The final 8 minutes when we come back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery. Check out their great cut fruit program with wonderful fresh-cut fruit daily. And everyone loves Honey's famous talking truck, Rusty. Get all this with the hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
We're back here at the America First Event Center on the campus of Southern Utah University. It's a 13-point Kanab lead, and they've pretty well held on right here between 11 and 15-point lead throughout much of the game here at Dennis. But what do you expect to see now in the final 8 minutes out of North Summit?
Well, we're just talking off air. I think that North Summit has achieved what they wanted to with this press and pressure, in that they've gotten into kind of a helter-skelter type of a game. Not to say that they're out of control, but it's much much more the kind of tempo and thing that North Summit is more comfortable with. I don't think Kanab is comfortable in that world. Kanab's got to get the ball back into more of a half-court control situation to try and get their shooters open and Little free in the middle.
Kanab basketball coming out of the quarter break. Right side high, Houston hands off to Cutler. Cutler off the screen by Little. 16-footer on the way. Off the rim, no good. Little, the rebound. Back up around the rim and drops it in.
And Little comes from the high post, actually the free throw line after the screen, comes all the way down to get that rebound and lay it back in.
She's the first player in double figures with 10. Right wing is Sargent, tried to pass to the high post, taken away by Kanab. The 9th North Summit turnover. Up ahead to Houston. Dribbles in, lobs in for Little, makes the catch, off the glass and in. Little with back-to-back buckets, and all of a sudden it's a 17-point Kanab lead, their largest.
And that's where Kanab is, and Little is able to use her speed. She's not as strong as Langston, but she's using her speed to make her the more effective big girl in this game right now.
Peterson left wing for 3, nothing but net. Presley Peterson has 12 for North Summit.
And that's what North Summit needed right there, boy.
That's their third three-pointer of the game. Little with it. Picks up her dribble. Out to Houston. Now slow it down. Richens on her tight, crosses over, goes off the screen by Little, drives left side, kicks it back to the wing. Bateman for 3. Nothing but net. Savannah Bateman with 12. Back to a 17-point lead.
I thought they were buying into it in that they were controlling the ball, but they weren't attacking the hoop, but they found a way to attack it.
Richens in and out on a straightaway 3. Janes the rebound. North Summit filling some of that pressure now. Up ahead to Janes. She'll drive in, puts it on her, swatted out of bounds by Langston.
That's a big girl swat there. Wow.
Sydney Daya into the game for Taylor Janes.
Taylor Janes has been very effective with that 4th foul. She's done really well since that 4th foul.
Kanab basketball on the baseline. They go 4 low. Cutler to inbound. Bounces into Little. Tries to hand it back to Cutler and able to do so, but Sargent made it difficult. Now Cutler hesitates, drives left side, puts it up against Langston, blocked out of bounds off of Langston. Kanab basketball.
And Langston there, had she been able to jump stop, fake that, dish it underneath. Langston was on her, Little was wide open on the back side of that.
Cutler into Bateman, 3 on the way from the left wing, short off the rim, high rebound, Murdoch rips it away for North Summit.
Nice job by Murdoch.
She gets it out to Richens. 3 on 5 for North Summit. To the corner to Peterson. Drives baseline. Reverse layup. Blocked by Little. Picked up by Bateman. Down the floor for Cutler. Richens cuts her off. One-hand pass up ahead to Little. Little one dribble. Puts it up. Off the glass. Off the rim. No good. Richens the rebound. Richens up the floor looking for Peterson. Knocked away by Houston. Out of bounds it goes. It stays with North Summit.
Woo. We got us a basketball game here.
Becca Rogers into the game for Riley Little with 5:41 to go.
And again, I think it's been key that Little has had 3 breaks now. Langston has had none. And after, like Coach said, after the excitement of yesterday and all the energy they expended, that's got to be wearing on them.
Peterson's 3 is blocked by Bateman, but a foul called. 3 free throws coming for Presley Peterson as Kanab rains the boos down. The Kanab crowd. That's the 3rd foul on Bateman, 1st team foul on Kanab this quarter.
Wow.
First free throw from Peterson's good. Peterson has been fantastic today for the Braves. She has 13.
Trying to pick up the slack.
Second one, good as well. One more free throw. In and out, off the rim, no good. Rebounded Daya for Kanab. 15-point Cowboy lead. Houston hands to Cutler. Cutler goes back to Houston across the timeline. And they'll call an over and back violation.
Yep. Yeah, even though the ball hadn't crossed half court, Bateman was in the forecourt when she left the ground to try and catch the ball, came down in the backcourt. That's over and back.
Kanab 17th turnover. Down the lane, Sargent kicks to the right corner, to the wing now to Richens. Bounces inside for Langston, makes the catch, off the glass and in. Langston now with 7. 13-point Kanab lead.
That's that penetrate and get her open.
Cutler up ahead to Bateman. Out to Houston. Right side high to Cutler. To the wing to Daya. She'll set for three. Short off the rim. And Langston the rebound for North Summit. Braves trying to mount a comeback with under 5 to go in the game, down 13. Sargent right wing. Into Peterson. To the corner to Murdoch. Long two. Off the rim, no good. Rogers had the rebound, knocked it out of bounds by Langston. Remains Kanab basketball. Riley Little back into the game for Becca Rogers.
Wasn't a big break, but it was a couple of minutes. That's all you need when you're in shape, right?
Becca Rogers, a senior for this Cowboy team, providing valuable minutes for the Lady Cowboys. Cutler gets it to Houston in the backcourt. Up ahead for Daya. Has Little wide open, gets the pass, blocked from behind, and a foul called. And Riley Little will go to the line to shoot two as Langston picks up her third.
That's probably the time for that. I mean,
Yeah.
You can try and block that, but the time had come that you're not going to make this shot easy. I got a foul to give, and I'm going to give it. It wasn't dirty. It was just effective.
First free throw from Little, nothing but net. She has 13 to lead Kanab. Second one good as well. Game high 14 now for Little. Back to a 15-point Kanab lead, 51-36. Left wing Peterson, pump fake, one dribble in at the right hand, 15-footer, round the rim and drops it in. Peterson with 15 for the Braves.
Having a heck of a game. Peterson has picked up the slack for a couple of other players.
Bateman, skip past to Daya, makes the catch, off the glass, got it to go.
And that's the pass that's been there the whole time they've been in this press as they've moved it up. That's the first time they've really capitalized off of that.
Daya with 11 off the bench for the Cowboys. Left wing Peterson. Skips it to Sargent on the right wing. Approaching 4 minutes to go in the game. Peterson on the wing. Pump fake. Dribbles in. Lost the handle on it. Kicks it back up to Murdoch. Back to Peterson. Three-pointer on the way. Short off the rim. Rebound to Riley Little for Kanab. Cutler bounces up ahead to Bateman. Sets for the transition three. Net. Savannah Bateman with 15, 5 3-pointers.
I didn't think she had the room, but by golly, she got it in there.
An 18-point Kanab lead, new large lead. Richens with a beautiful dish on the drive to Langston for the left side finish. And now Riley Little throws it away, looking for Cutler.
And once again, Charlie Sargent was there. She could see her coming in front of the person she's trying to throw it to. It altered the pass, and it ended up in the cheerleaders in the near side. So again, Charlie Sargent doing a lot of the little things you don't talk about, but we'll try to talk about them here because she makes it happen.
Left wing Peterson to the corner to Richens. 56-40, Kanab leads. Richens off the screen for three, knocks it down. Big three for Heartland Richens. She has 10. And now Houston has the pass stolen by Richens. Right side layup is good. Make it 12 for Richens. Just like that, it's an 11-point game. A 7-0 run by North Summit in about 30 seconds.
Doing all she can.
Up the floor comes Cutler. Spins around the traffic, goes right wing to Houston. Deep three, knocks it down. Ashlyn Houston with 11, the 9th three of the game for Kanab.
Right back at you, huh? Wow.
Under 3 to go. 14-point Lady Cowboy lead up top, Richens. Right wing Peterson. Cut off on the drive, tries a drift pass. It's going to go out of bounds off of Bateman.
Yeah, Bateman stepped down and took the pass on the baseline away.
Emily Gilberg into the game for Ashlyn Houston.
She just made a three-pointer. Don't pull her out.
2:38 to go. Inbounding Richens. Looking for Langston, being bodied up by Little. Instead to the corner for Sargent, three. No good, air ball. Daya the rebound to Cutler. Cutler crosses over, goes off the leg of Richens out of bounds. Kanab basketball on the near sideline, leading by 14, 2:31 to go.
What can you say about the effort, though, that Richens is throwing out there? Heartland Richens, I mean, he's just leaving it all out.
Inbounding is Cutler. Out to Daya. Hands off to Cutler. Works her way right side. Gives it up to Gilbert. Off the screen by Little. Picks up her dribble. Hands it off to Bateman. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Out to Cutler. Cutler backs out. Off the screen. Three on the way. Off the back of the rim. No good. And the rebound to Murdoch for North Summit. Richens will bring it up the floor. Hesitation dribble, drives right, and a reach-in foul call.
I thought that last time down it might have been time to maybe get that inning into control and try to get something down inside to Little down in there. They've been living on that 3, but maybe time to go down inside for Little inside, get something happening down deep.
Richens lobs high post to Langston. Goes left wing to Sargent. 3 on the way. Air ball. Rebound to Daya for Kanab. Daya throbs down the floor for Bateman, who turned her back and ran, and Peterson gets the steal. 20th Kanab turnover. Richens lobs in for Langston. Makes the catch. Off the glass and in. Langston now with 11. And now a foul will be called on North Summit. That'll go on Charlie Sargent. That is her 3rd.
That time she tried to get in the way again, but Cutler had nothing. Was not going to have anything to do with it, that one.
Ashland Houston back into the game for Emily Gilbert. 12-point Kanab lead with 1:45 to go in the 2A state championship. Houston has it in the backcourt. Crosses over. Lobs up ahead for Cutler. Into the corner to Bateman. Wide open. 3 on the way. Off the rim. Off the glass. No good. Rebound to Heartland Richens for North Summit.
She steals that right away from Bateman. Bateman had her hands on it.
3-pointer for Richens in transition. No good. Houston the rebound. Houston will bring it up to Bateman left side. Skips it out to Cutler. Right wing Daya. Dribbles middle. Bounces inside to Little. And Langston takes the ball away, and a reach-in foul called on Riley Little. That'll be the second on Little, 3rd team foul on Kanab.
And they did what I thought they should do, is go into Little, but Langston had bodied up on her, kind of pushed her, so she really couldn't put a move on, and then just took it away from Little, stronger.
1:10 to go in the game. Right wing Peterson skips it left side to Sargent. Pump fake on the 3. Dribbles to the left hand. Puts up the runner from 10 feet. Too hard. Backside rebound knocked out of bounds by North Summit Kanab basketball.
Langston working hard.
Yes.
She's the one that knocked it out, trying to get that rebound. So she hasn't had a rest, but she's still working really hard.
Just barely under a minute to go in the game. 12-point Kanab lead. Cutler brings it down the right side of the floor. Takes a bump, gets it over to Houston, and a timeout called by Coach Glover. Will take it with 53.9 seconds to go in the 2A Girls State Championship. Number 2 Kanab 59, number 1 North Summit 47 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
For enjoyable Western dining, there's only one stop in Southern Utah, Houston's Trails Inn Restaurant in Kanab. Stop in for their special chicken fried steak with Bob's homemade country gravy and delicious Western entrees. They also offer takeout. Just call 644-2488. That's 644-2488. Houston's Trails Inn features remote site catering. Anywhere, anytime, any place. Just phone 435-899-2140. So make plans to stop by Houston's Trails Inn Restaurant and mobile catering in Kanab, where the waitresses wear guns on their hips and a smile on their lips.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Girls State Championship. Richfield 40, Emory 35 at the end of the 3rd quarter in that one. In this one, it's a 12-point Kanab lead with 53.9 seconds to go. If you're Coach Holmes, what are you doing? I mean, how much are you trying to say, all right, we can still come back down 12 with a minute left?
Well, I think you can. With what they're playing, Kanab's having a difficult time getting it into the forecourt. So, keep stealing the ball. They've made a couple of threes. They're making some things happen. This is no time to give up. They're doing a good job.
Daya gets it up ahead to Houston, but she traveled. 22nd Kanab turnover.
Add confusion to what's going on. They keep getting the travels, the turnovers, and things like that. Keep that confusion out there for Kanab and take advantage of it, though. You got to take advantage of it.
Right wing is Sargent. Skips it left side to Richens for 3. Off the rim, no good. The rebound goes to Savannah Bateman. She gets it to Cutler. I think they maybe are trying to foul, but now Cutler gets it down the floor to Bateman, and now there is the foul. That'll be on Charlie Sargent, her 4th, team's 3rd.
But the other side of that, we talked about the confusion, but you got to take advantage of it. So the 3 was there, valiant effort, but did not go down, and that's the backside of creating the confusion out there. Looks like now he's going to clear his bench, though, and say thanks to his seniors.
Yeah, they're going to bring out of the game the senior Charlie Sargent, the senior Chesley Langston, and the junior Hazelyn Murdoch. The senior Presley Peterson all get big hugs from the coaching staff. So he leaves,
Heartland Richards,
and now Richards will leave as well. They did bring 5 on 4, so Richards, she wasn't ready to go, but she gets a big hug from Coach Holmes and a round of applause from the North Summit crowd.
Conceded the game to them, and
congratulations, though, to that group. They've had a heck of a run.
Kanab may or may not even take a shot here. They don't need to, even if time expires on the shot clock.
Yeah, there's about a half second more on the game clock than shot clock. Cutler backs out, guarded by Chaden Sargent, and the Kanab crowd comes to their feet. A standing ovation for 3 straight state championships for the girls basketball team from Kanab.
Kanab tried to get some subs in the game and pull those girls out. Just no time for it. Wasn't able to happen. So with about 5 seconds on the clock, both teams just hug and walk off. So what a feat. It's hard enough to win the championship. 2 is almost impossible. 3 is unbelievable.
3 straight state titles for the Kanab girls basketball team as they get the job done, 59-47 as they knock off number 1 North Summit. 2 great seasons by these 2 teams, and Kanab comes out on top in the final game.
Yeah, they do, and with a marvelous effort. And let's not take anything away from North Summit, by golly. What an effort they put out there. Got down early and continued to battle. Some of the individual efforts, if we could chronicle them individually, individual efforts on both teams were unbelievable.
Yeah.
What they did out there. Individuals, not able to put it together as a team, North Summit, but the individual efforts of Heartland Richards and Peterson and Murdoch and Charlie Sargent and Langston battling as hard as she could. Great individual efforts, and they should be applauded for what they did. Just not able to get the points tonight that they needed.
2 teams have met to give each other high fives and hugs, and they'll come back as Kanab celebrates their 3rd straight state championship. They went to 4 in a row, lost the first one to this North Summit team, and now they've won the last 3. 1 over South Sevier, 1 over Beaver, and now 1 here over North Summit. What a run.
And people can look at this, and we all can, and say, hey, Kanab's set for another one, because they got big pieces coming back. But you're going to have a hard time replacing Houston and Cutler. 4-year starters there. And so, yeah, they got big pieces coming back, but Gilbert and some of the others are going to have to step up to take the place of those 2 young ladies, and that won't be easy.
No, it won't. 3rd senior for Kanab is Becca Rogers. Not a starter for this team, but as you mentioned,
valuable minutes
throughout the game. They'll now have the presentation of the runner-up trophy. First of all, to North Summit.
And, you know, you hurt and you feel like you've let down, but there's a lot of teams would like to be right there.
Yeah.
That are sitting home right now, and they've earned it. They've worked hard, and they deserve at least that, if not more.
A standing ovation from their crowd as Chesley Langston takes the runner-up trophy. Again, certainly a great season for North Summit once again.
Yep.
Just fell a little short in the title game, but heck of a year.
Yeah, congratulations to them. It hurts, but they've done well. They've done really well.
Yes. And now Brennan Jackson will hand the state championship trophy to the Kanab Lady Cowboys. And they allow the fans to storm the court.
I think they said stay off, but what the heck, you know. What are they going to do?
Allowed or not.
They're going to arrest
the
all of them?
The students are on the court.
They can't arrest all of them, right? As long as they don't tear down the goalpost. Oh, wait, wrong sport. and a great job by Kanab. I mean, they've weathered some storms out there. North Summit kept making runs at them, but they were able to weather those storms and continue to put it up. North Summit would bring it back to about 11-12. Then they'd storm back out to 16-17, back to 11-12. And but Kanab weathered all of that. And, you know, hats off to Bateman.
Yeah.
She didn't score a lot of points tonight, but what a floor general out there.
Well,
not Bateman.
to Cutler.
Cutler. What a floor general. And that's because of 4 years of experience of being here. She was never phased in all that happened out there.
Yeah, Bateman led the team in scoring with 15 points, 5 3-pointers. We'll talk more about that in our Sunrise Engineering postgame show. And now the SUU event staff and the Kanab Cowboys, the Thor's hammer.
The Thor's hammer.
Thunder.
Little's got it. She doesn't give it up.
Got to be worthy to hold the Thor's hammer.
Hey, you know, we talked about the battle in the middle, and Langston worked hard, but I think, you know, statistically, Little's probably going to be the one that won that battle.
Yeah.
And the world's got to work shaking their boots that that's a sophomore.
They show Little with a double-double, 14 points and 12 rebounds in the game. We'll take a break and come back with our Sunrise Engineering postgame show and give you your final stats here shortly. From the America First Event Center, the Kanab Lady Cowboys, a three-peat. The 2A girls basketball state champions, 59-47 over North Summit on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a professional, personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they are committed to providing value beyond the project. It is their goal to create a place where people want to live, work, and enjoy life. Serving our local communities is something they are proud of, and it has been their privilege to do so for the past 40 years. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
You won't believe what the soda fountain serves at Kanab Drug. Groves of people are touting their new delicious hot paninis, deli sandwiches, wraps, and of course soothing smoothies, shakes, malts, cones, sundaes, and sodas. Kanab Drug Soda Fountain is open until 10 p.m. featuring a fabulous outdoor patio with games. Browse Kanab Drug's unique toys, games, and gifts, or take advantage of their full-service pharmacy that offers drive-through service with a friendly, helpful staff. Since 1916, Kanab Drug in Kanab. Visit them on Facebook or go to KanabUnitedDrug.com.
The Kane County School District is proud to serve students and parents in Kane County, while making it a priority to focus on every student every day. Kane County School District makes it easy and convenient to find information about local schools, the district calendar, announcements, Board of Education minutes, as well as your students' grades and attendance, all at kanek12.org. That's kanek12.org. You can also follow the Kane County School District on Facebook. Rigor, Relationships, Relevance. The Kane County School District.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
And we're back here at the America First Event Center on the campus of Southern Utah University as the Kanab Lady Cowboys, a three-peat, the 2A state champions with a 59-47 win over North Summit. And Anna Cutler, now on the ladder, will cut the first thread off the nylon. Well deserved. What a career for her.
Yeah, really, 4-year starter, 3 championships, and willing to do the role of the point guard, not the shooter. Earlier, she was a shooting guard.
Yeah.
And she scored an awful lot of points, and she can if she wanted. But she was involved in distributing and running that offense, beating that press, keeping Little involved in it, and just did a magnificent job of that. Her stats won't say what all she did out there.
As now Becca Rogers goes to cut a piece of nylon. You look at what Anna Cutler does, and I came across a photo a year ago with this team. And there was a picture. It was a game they were obviously winning by a lot. This photo was of their huddle during a timeout. All the 5 starters were out of the game. They had 5 players that were on the bench, Coach Glover talking to them, and you could see 4 of the 5 starters were enjoying themselves. So you could tell it was a blowout. Anna Cutler, the 5th starter there, completely engaged in the huddle. Not to say what the other 4 were doing is bad.
No.
But showed the leadership of what Anna Cutler brings to that team.
Continuing to drive all the way, yeah. Yeah. And we talked about hunger. Obviously, Cutler was not satiated with 2 championships. She was every bit as hungry tonight as she was the previous 3 years. So,
let's look at the final stats now for these 2 teams for Kanab. They're led today by Savannah Bateman. 5 3-pointers, finishes with a team-high 15 points for the Lady Cowboys. Riley Little, a double-double, 14 points and 12 rebounds for Little. After that, it is 11 points from Ashlyn Houston, and off the bench, Sydney Dea comes through with 11 points for Kanab.
4 starters in double figures. And
3 starters and 1 off the bench in double figures.
Yeah, excuse me. I sit corrected, you're right. I meant 4 players.
Yes.
That's hard to beat a team that does that. And yeah, again, what a heroic effort by someone coming off the bench early and playing a huge role in this.
Also with Houston, she had 6 rebounds and 5 assists as well. Bateman had 7 rebounds, 5 rebounds for Dea in the game. Then Anna Cutler and Taylor Janes each finished with 4 points here today. But you talked about Janes' effort that she gave at the end as well. We talked about Anna Cutler already. They weren't the scoring factor, but their effort in the game and the other pieces they did were still huge.
And James, I'm just so impressed with her. She got the 4th foul. She looked at the bench like, am I coming out? The coach basically just stood there like, okay, go ahead and run with it. And from that point on, she still was part of the game, and she was still hustling and making things happen. But she was wise in the fact that there were situations she could have been aggressive, maybe get that 5th foul, but she merely maintained her position, held her hands back, and did not get the 5th foul, but still influenced what was going on the floor. So heady effort, smart. A lot of smart basketball was played here tonight.
Yes, it was. And then you look at the other stats for Kanab. They go 4 for 5 from the free throw line. All the free throws taken were by Riley Little. They did the one drawback, 22 turnovers in this game, but they're not going to worry about that now, Dennis.
No, if you win the game. What's a turnover? Hey.
They did make 9 3-pointers tonight as a team. For North Summit, they were led by Presley Peterson. What a game for Presley. 15 points, 12 in the second half.
Yeah.
12 points from Heartland Richens, 11 for Chesley Langston, and 4 points apiece for Hazelyn Murdoch and Charlie Sargent. As a team, they go 7 for 13 from the free throw line. Only 9 turnovers in the game for North Summit, and they had 3 3-pointers made in this one.
Yeah. But it goes back again. You got a lot of turnovers on Kanab, and we talked about that. It's one thing to get the turnover. Now you got to make something happen. And so they missed opportunities. They didn't get as many points off of turnovers as they needed to get, and a difference in the ball game. And whereas I think Kanab did make points off of turnovers.
And then Kanab led wire to wire. No ties, no lead changes. It was all Lady Cowboys from the start. They win it by 12. Their largest lead was 18.
Wow.
So there's your final stats here in this one. They'll wrap up cutting down the nets here at the America First Event Center. And as we get ready to wrap up our coverage of this 2A Girls State Championship game, Dennis, your final thoughts.
Well, it's been a great year. I've enjoyed watching these teams play. I've seen both of them a couple of times during the year, and then here in the tournament. It's a great basketball year. The 2 best teams, in my opinion, got here.
Agreed.
There were upsets earlier, but when it came down to it, the 2 best teams were here. And tonight, Kanab just was the better team. And both teams, great effort and nothing to hang your head for. And but what a wonderful championship here. Well coached, well trained, hard-working, dedicated girls, and came out in Kanab's way tonight. But I enjoyed being around and enjoyed visiting with and doing this. This was great. Great to see.
A three-peat state championship win for the Kanab Lady Cowboys, 59-47. I'll tell you what, Dennis, what a great crew we've had here all 3 days. We've still got one more game to go on the Team Hive.live side, but what a great crew we've had as we've had several people here all 3 days, all day long. Nate Palmer's been running the controls most of the time. Tyler Moss has been here much of the weekend. We've had Daxton Lovell, Colton Lovell, and Cray Shakespeare, 3 young kids on camera all weekend long, have been here for long days. Ira Bowman has been on camera, on TriCaster, on the broadcast. He's been doing it all as well. And then we've had Walt Kirksiak hop in, Aiden Kirksiak hop in, and Cooter Gale come in and make some noise as well. And a lot of great broadcasters here with us. Dennis Aldridge, you're one of them. Scott Langford, Curtis Marsh, Pepper Gale, Lachelle Moss have all been doing games here this weekend as well. And again, it's just been a heck of a weekend here at the 2A state tournament. That's going to wrap up our coverage of this 2A Girls State Championship, a 59-47 win over North Summit and the Kanab Lady Cowboys are your three-peat state champions here in 2024. That'll do it here in the Sunrise Engineering post-game show. We appreciate all of our sponsors because we couldn't do what we do without them. Sunrise Engineering, creating solutions that work and relationships that last. Learn more at sunrise-eng.com.
Before you go,
yes,
I think there needs to be a ton of credit given to yourself. You're demurring just a little bit, but you're putting this all together, coordinating all of this, running all of this, and through teamhive.live and all this going on. And I got to compliment you. Your retention of names is unbelievable. To rattle through all the people involved in this and never tongue twisted one time. But I think the whole world should appreciate what you're doing for the radio and TV streaming system, for what you're doing. It's tremendous what you're providing for this area.
Well, thank you, Dennis. I appreciate it. Again, that'll do it for our coverage of this game. We'll wrap up our radio coverage right here. We'll come back shortly with the 2A boys state championship game. That'll be coming up next here on teamhive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports. For the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, I'm Robert Lovell. Thank you for listening and watching. Congrats to the Kanab Lady Cowboys, and have a great night and a great weekend.
You've been listening to exciting high school basketball action on South Central Utah sports leaders, Mid-Utah Radio and Centricom Channel 10. This sports broadcast has been brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. Join us next time for more exciting high school basketball action on Centricom Channel 10 and Mid-Utah Radio.